Good afternoon, Dr. Hamza and everyone. We are Group 2, Concord. Today, our presentation topic is reducing plastic waste, strategies for sustainable waste management through the Idea Box method. Plastic waste is one of the major environmental issues faced by Malaysia and world today. Single-use plastics as plastic bags, food packaging, and straws are widely used because they are cheap and convenient. However, the overuse of plastic causes many problems, including land and ocean pollution, harm to wildlife, dirty living environment, and potential health risks caused by microplastics. The purpose of our project to use the Idea Box method as an innovative thinking tool to explore possible solutions for reducing plastic waste. Unlike normal brainstorming, the Idea Box method is more structured and systematic. It helps us break down the problem into different parameters, list possible options, combine them, and finally evaluate the best solution. Our presentation is divided into 7 parts. First, I will introduce the project background and overall structure. Then, Pan Jiawei will explain the current plastic waste situation and its impacts. Xiong Nan will introduce the principles of Idea Box method. Xu Xuanhan will show we apply the box to generate plastic reduction ideas. Next, our group will explain the solution selection, SWOT analysis, and feasibility evaluation. Ding Shenhang will discuss implementation suggestions, social promotion, and future prospects. Finally, Tang Liwei will conclude the project and share our group reflection. Overall, this project shows that plastic reduction cannot depend on only one solution. It requires cooperation among the government, business, and the public. Through the Idea Box method, we are able to think more systematically and develop a more practical plastic reduction strategy. Now, let us move to next part, the background and current situation of plastic waste.
Hi everyone, today I will present the background and the current situation of plastic pollution, focusing on Malaysia and the global context. First, plastic pollution has become a serious issue both globally and in Malaysia. Malaysia is considered one of the major contributors to plastic waste, mainly due to the high usage of single-use plastic, such as plastic bag, food packaging, and straws. At the global level, millions of tons of plastic waste are generated every year, and a large portion of it is not properly recycled. As a result, plastic waste continues to accumulate in landfills and oceans. There are several main causes behind the overuse of plastic. Firstly, plastic is cheap and convenient, making it widely used in daily life. Secondly, there is still a lack of plastic awareness about the long-term impact of plastic waste. So many people continue to use disposable plastic without considering the consequences. Another impact focus is weaker recycling habits. In Malaysia, many households do not practice a proper waste separation, which makes recycling less effective. In addition, there are several issues in the creative waste management system. The recycling rate is still relatively low, and the country relies heavily on landfills to manage waste. There is also lack of efficient waste separation system, which future reduce the effectiveness of recycling efforts. Now let's look at the negative impact of plastic waste. First is environmental impact. Plastic waste causes serious pollution in both and land ocean. So it can take hundreds of years to decompose, and during this time, it harms wildlife and damages ecosystems. Many marine animals mistakenly consume plastic, which can lead to injury or death. Second, in the social impact, plastic pollution leads to dirty and unpleasant living environment. It can also affect tourism, as polluted beaches and public areas reduce attractiveness of a place. This ultimately lowers the quality of life for communities. Finally, there is a health impact. Plastic can break down into microplastic, which can enter our food and water. Although research is still ongoing, this microplastic may pose risks to human health in the long term. In conclusion, plastic pollution is not only an environmental issue, but also a social and health concern. It is important for us to understand the seriousness of this problem in order to find effective solutions. Okay, that's all. Next part.
In this part, I will explain the idea box technique, including its definition and how it works. Then idea box main steps. First, what exactly is the idea box? The idea box is method is to generate creative ideas by making a problem into smaller parts and the technique can learn in different ways. Instead of looking at the problem as a whole, we divide it into survival key factors, called prime instance. Then we list different options under each prime instance and combine them to form new ideas or solutions. This helps us explore more possibilities that we may not normally think of. Now, if we compare it with brainstorming, there is a clear difference. Brainstorming is usually free and spontaneous, where people share ideas with structure. However, it can sometimes be messy and may not cover all spectrum of a problem. On the other hand, the idea box is more structured. It follows a clear system where each part of a problem is analyzed step by step. Third, So what is the main ideas behind this method? The key point is that it explores all possible combinations in a stylistic way, instead of really random thinking. Because of this, it is more suitable for complex problems that need deeper analysis. One advantage of Idea Box is that it helps generate main ideas in an organized way. By combining different elements, it can produce unexpected and creative solutions. At the same time, it reduces random thinking because everything is based on a clear structure. Next is about the basic principle behind the Idea Box. The first principle is breaking down a problem into key parameters. This means we take a problem and divide it into smaller parts, which makes it easier to understand and manage. The second principle is systematic combination. After we list all the options under each parameters, we combine them in different ways to generate new ideas. This process is structured and helps us explore different possibilities. The third principle is morphologic analysis. This is the main concept behind the Idea Box. It means exploring all possible combinations of different dimensions of a problem before we evaluate them, so we don't miss any potential solution. After understanding the principles, we can look at the steps. Step 1 is identify the problem. We need to clearly define what we want to solve, because this will guide the whole process. Step 2 is define key parameters. We break the problem into important parts so that we can analyze it more clearly. Step 3 is list options for each parameter. We try to list as more options as possible, because more options will give us more combinations later. Step 4 is combining the elements. We mix different options together to form new ideas. These combinations can be random or based on real needs like market demand. For example, in product design, we can combine different features and target the user to create many possible ideas. Step 5 is evaluating the idea. Not all ideas are practical, so we need to assess them based on factors like feasibility, cost, and the universe. We can also use SWOT analysis to help with the valuation. In conclusion, the Idea Box is structured and a systematic way of generating creative ideas. It helps us break down problems, exploring different options, and combining them to create better solutions.
Hello everyone, my name is Wang Xinqi. Let's talk about part 4. About the 4.1 product design. The creative box can play a significant role in the product design process, helping designers to organize their ideas more systematically and think about the function and features of the product from the different perspectives. When designing a product such as a smartphone, handphone, or smartwatch, designers need to consider the many factors including product size, appearance, color, camera configuration, battery capacity, and camera and operating system and the price. By using the creative box, designer can list out the 3 functions separately and prepare multi-difficult options for each factor. They try various combinations. For instance, they can compare the difference between the large screen with the high capital battery and the compact body with the faster charging, or test the balance between the different camera functions and the price. This is not helps for the teams generate more creative ideas quickly, but also make the designer process clear and more organized. At the same time, designers can more conveniently analyze the advantages and the disadvantages of each combinations, and those design solution that best meets the needs of the consumers. Furthermore, the Creative Box can also help the designer gain a deeper understanding of the customer needs, preventing the omission of the important details. For instance, some users place greater emphasis on the camera function, while in other functions more on the genuine performance or battery life. Designer can also design products suitable for the students of office works or dimmer based on the different age groups and user habits. By constantly trying out different combinations, designers can create products that better meet market demands, more practical and more activity, and also enhance the user's experience and satisfaction. And for the second part, education. The education in the fields of the education, the concept box can assist teachers in better planning their courses. They can consider various issues such as technology, teaching method, and learning materials. For instance, a teacher can experiment with different combinations such as integrating online tools with group discussions or combining videos with regular teaching. This can make the courses more interesting and help students better understanding the knowledge. And the concept box also helps teachers be more innovative and adjust teaching method according to the needs of the students. As a result, students may be more productive in class, and the learning effect will be more significant.
Various fields. Examples of Idea Box application in various fields. First, I will talk about product design. Idea Box is a useful tool that helps people organize ideas and make better choices. When companies want to create a new product, such as a smartphone, there are many factors to consider. For example, the size, camera quality, battery life, operating system, and price. Using the Idea Box method, designers can list different options for each factor. Then they can combine these options in different ways. For example, they can compare a high-quality camera with a large battery, or lower price with basic features. By doing this, they can find the best combination for users. This method helps designers think more clearly, and come up with more creative ideas. It also makes sure that they do not miss any important factors. In the end, Idea Box helps companies create better and more useful products that meet users' needs. application. In education, idea box can help teachers plan their lessons more effectively. When preparing a lesson, teachers need to think about different factors, such as the use of technology, teaching method, and the learning materials. For example, teachers can try different combinations. They can use online platforms together with group discussions or combine videos with traditional teaching. This can make lessons more interesting and easier to understand. In addition, IdeaBox allows teachers to be more flexible. They can adjust their teaching based on students' needs and learning styles. As a result, students may become more active in class and participate more in learning. Overall, IdeaBox can improve both teaching quality and the students' learning experience. To conclude, IdeaBox is a simple but effective tool that can be used in different fields. It helps people organize ideas, explore different combinations, and make better decisions.
Okay, now I want to introduce the implementations, recommendations, social promotions, and future prospects. The first is implementations, recommendations, coordinations among government, business, and the public. The creative box cannot work well if only one group takes actions. It needs cooperations among the government, business, and the public. The government can play a leading role. They can set up creative box in communications schools, shopping malls, parks, and other public places. It can also provide support for public campaigns, environmental educations, and reward systems. Business can also take part. Shops, supermarkets, coffee, and milk tea stores can place more creative box in their stores. This box can collect plastic bags, cups, packets, and other waste. Business can also offer discounts for customers who bring their own cups or bags. For the public, the most important thing is easy participations. People can join by sorting waste, dominating all the items, sharing creative ideas, or joining recycling activities. In these ways, environmental protections becomes part of daily life. Second, let's talk about long-term sustainable strategy, long-term mechanisms for plastic reductions and waste management. The creative box should not be only a short-term activity. It should become a long-term system. First, clear waste sorting rooms are needed. The box can have different areas for plastics, papers, metals, old clothes, and reusable materials. Simple pictures and instructions can help people put items in the right place. Second, regular collections and resumes are important. Communities, environmental groups, or companies can collect and manage the waste regularly.
Recyclable materials can go to recycling companies. Useful old items can be used for handcraft classes, charity sales, or environmental exhibitions. Third, a reward and date systems can be built. The project can record how much waste in quality, how many people join, and how much plastic is reduced. People can receive points, small gifts, or public recognitions. This can encourage them to keep participating. Third, we will talk about future outlook, extended values, and expandable direction. In the future, the creative box can be more than a recycling box. It can become a platform for environmental education, community participation, and green consumption. It can be used in more places, such as campus, business areas, tourist spots, office buildings, and bus or subway stations. Different places can have different themes. For example, schools can focus on education, while shopping areas can focus on green consumers. The creative box can also become smarter. It can use QR codes, apps, or smart Wi-Fi systems. People can scan a code, record their recycling behavior, collect points, and join environmental tags. It can also work with school, trades, designers, and companies. Recycling materials can be made into creative products, public art, or children's environmental course. This can make cycling more interesting and meaningful. In summary, the creative box helps turn environmental production from a slogan into a simple daily action that everyone can join.
Our project focuses on the serious plastic waste problems in Malaysia. We use the ID box method to solve this problem. First, we broke the big problems into three simple parts: pollution sources, affected groups, and solutions. Second, we listed many tools for each part. Then we combined them systematically and created more than 30 strategies. Third, we chose the most workable place, such as using policies and education together with degradable packaging or carrying out plastic reduction education, and bring your own container campaigns in schools. In conclusions, there is no single best way to reduce plastic waste. We need police, education, technology, and economic incentive to work together. The ID box method helps you think more widely and avoid stopping at only one idea. Method education and group reflection. The method has a clear advantage. It can process many ideas quickly. The structure is clear, so we never go off track, and it helps you create creative ideas such as using a student club point to exchange for eco-friendly specs. However, it also has big disadvantage too. Many combination was created. One had more than 70 ideas. So screenings took use to 2 nights. Some ideas were created, but not practical in real life. Also, this method cannot take the place of professional knowledge. And our group learned a lot. We learned how to break down big and unclear problems and understand the importance of teamwork. The most important reflections is creative tools are only the standing point. The real value is in later screenings, testings, and real implementation. If we only stop at the idea list, it is just talk on paper. Thank you, listen. Our group presentation is over. Thank you.